That was the scene in California's Mojave Desert 3 years ago today. The historic first view of the newcomer ship upon its dramatic arrival. These newcomers, we soon learned, were a genetically engineered race adapted for hard labor in almost any environmental condition. In effect, their ship was a slave ship, washed ashore on Earth with no way to get back to where they came from. Now that civil liberties attorneys have successfully lobbied for the newcomers' release from quarantine, what are the reactions among the communities where they've settled?
Why do we have to take them? Why can't they go to Russia or someplace like that?
No, I'll drink to that.
I'm in college now, right? I'm going to be going to school with 9 or 10-year-olds, you know? I mean, there goes the grade curve. There goes my job future. I have to compete with... if a 10-year-old is like twice as smart as me, you know what I'm saying? I'll be working here.
By far the strongest words of acceptance came from then-President Ronald Reagan.
We've come to a turning point, a moment for hard decisions. If not us, who? And if not now, when?
Hey, Henry, how you doing tonight, huh? You working hard? Hey, you got your green card, buddy?
Social custom? Yes, in law.
Before Men in Black or District 9, there was Alien Nation, a quirky 90s TV series that mixed sci-fi with social commentary. Its cult status lasted long after its one-season cancellation. Fox made a whopping 5 movies after its one-season debut. The alien cop drama earned cult classic status.
Yeah, it is. What? Oh, man, get out of here. Oh.
I don't trust him, that's all.
Alien Nation wasn't really about aliens. It was about us. Or so it wanted to be. The enslaved newcomers arrive on Earth and are told to integrate after years in isolation, a clear nod to racial inequality. The problem? Comparing human racism to fear of literal extraterrestrials doesn't quite land. When your minority group has spaceships, strength, and strange biology, maybe humans aren't entirely wrong to be cautious. Plus, as you've seen in the introduction, the aliens are obviously smarter than the humans. They have every right to be afraid of a strange race of aliens who they know little to nothing about. It's not even mentioned in the show who the aliens are running from. Watching Alien Nation now, it's hard not to chuckle. When the series begins, these hyper-intelligent aliens, fresh from enslavement, are somehow already running small businesses, committing crimes, and living in LA apartments like any other middle-class human. The metaphor is clear. They're meant to mirror us. But logically, it makes zero sense. If a race of brilliant extraterrestrials came to Earth, would we really have them slinging produce and dodging parking tickets? You'd think they'd be at NASA or curing global warming, not managing laundromats. The writers, of course, obviously didn't want us to see the newcomers as extraordinary. They wanted us to see them as ordinary, almost human. By giving aliens 9-to-5 jobs, and therefore humanizing them, Alien Nation tried to ground the sci-fi in a familiar setting. It tried to make the aliens relatable to humanity. It was supposed to be an allegory about racism, immigration, and class struggle all wrapped up in prosthetics. But come on. These aliens, who obviously are more intelligent than humans, stronger than humans, and yet have similar plumbing to humans, are selling used cars or managing grocery stores? Really? The show wanted us to empathize and relate to our extraterrestrial brethren. But in doing so, it strips them of the very thing that makes the aliens so fascinating. Imagine if the newcomers did use their intelligence to reshape humanity's future. The X-Men cartoon of the 90s went the same way. It was an allegory for racism. Superpowered mutants were a metaphor for marginalized groups. The intention was solid. The logic, less so. It's hard to draw meaningful parallels to racism when your characters can casually blow up a city block. Sympathy tends to evaporate when your outsiders can vaporize the Pentagon. But back to Alien Nation. It was really just a wild buddy cop show with the alien part as the cherry on top. And of course, it's set in LA. Where else? Every weird thing in pop culture seemed to happen in Los Angeles. This was the thing in the 90s. Every major invasion, sci-fi show, you name it. Everything seemed to happen in LA. You've got your grizzled human detective, Sykes, and his overly polite alien partner, Sam Francisco. Yes, really. Together, they fight crime, prejudice, and, at one point, navigating male pregnancies.
Officer has been promoted to the rank of detective third grade. Oh, come on. And we've got him, gentlemen. Volunteers for duty with the new detective should see me in my office. Otherwise, I will choose a volunteer myself. That's all.
What's he gonna do if he gets too many volunteers, huh?
Draw straws?
How long's this slag been on the force anyway, huh? A year max, right? A year. I was in uniform 8 years, man, before I became detective.
I don't know about you guys, but I gotta sit around and take this stuff. I'm calling the union.
You got it, babe.
Go back in.
No chance,
Where the hell's he going?
Yeah, Sykes.
Yeah, I'd like to volunteer for duty with the new, you know.
Look, Matt, you don't have to jump right back in. Why don't you take a few days, relax?
No, I'd like to stay on, thanks.
All right. Detective Sergeant Sykes, Detective Francisco.
I am Samuel.
Would you like a donut?
Change your mind.
San Francisco? San Francisco? No, I ain't buying that. I'm not buying that. I'm not going to introduce you to people as San Francisco. I think I'll call you George. George?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, they hung one on you. You know, I heard a lot of good ones before, like Humphrey Bogart, Harley Davidson. I guess the guy's got a little punchy down there after handing out names with 250,000 people. I mean, let me ask you something, George. You weren't towards the back of the line by any chance, were you?
Oh, no.
Oh.
My true name is Stangya Sorensa.
Sorensa, well, Gesundheit. I'll call you George.
Fine.
Thank you.
I didn't know which one picked you like, so
No, I...
One of Alien Nation's wildest and most memorable storylines is when Sam Francisco got preggers. In the Alien Nation universe, it's the males who carry the babies. You need 2 males to help conceive. A plot point that makes absolutely no sense, but is kind of funny and weird. When Detective George Francisco gets pregnant, the buddy cop show morphs into a weird intergalactic alien baby episode. Only in the 90s. Kinda reminds me a little bit of that other 90s alien show, Out of This World. I might make a video on that one later. Aside from that, there were a few more memorable episodes like 3 to Tango, which had newcomers start turning up dead. The first cigar flips from buddy cop to ethical drama when an alien loan shark shows up, getting Star Trek vibes. The Red Room stands out as one of the show's darkest hours, almost certainly a nod to Pinochet's Chile, using alien trauma as a mirror for political torture and the lingering wounds of authoritarian cruelty. Although the show only had 1 season, it spawned a whopping 5 movies. Much like the glorious B-grade campiness only the original Star Trek could pull off, Alien Nation also blossomed into a cult-like status with 5 different movies.
What's that? It's a rubber. It's a condom. Coney Island whitefish, you know. Men, human men, they put them on their penises to protect them from having babies. Understand?
So, where's Alien Nation now? Like a lot of cult shows from the 80s and 90s, it almost got a reboot. Years ago, a revival was in the works. First pitched as a gritty allegory for the struggles of Algerian and Moroccan immigrants in France. At least, that's what I read on a sci-fi board. That would have been interesting. But let's not fall into the trap of the first show, which is that aliens are a good allegory for immigrants. Other articles I've read said that the original plan idea had shifted to having Man of Steel's Michael Shannon, who played yet another alien, General Zod, was attached to play the alien detective in the reboot. The story would have taken place in Arkansas instead. Arkansas is kind of rural, so maybe having the alien drama take place there was supposed to highlight how isolated the aliens feel in a place like that. The project got shelved after Disney acquired Fox, but it's not entirely dead. Director Jeff Nichols is still developing it, now as a 10-episode series set in Arkansas, with Disney footing the whopping $100 million bill. I'm not 100% if a reboot would be a full TV series or a movie. Some articles say movie, others say show. Either way, Nichols says it's a big, expensive sci-fi story that captures everything he wants to say about humanity and the universe.
William Harcourt, Business Associate of Hublitz.